Hi guys! So today I'm going to be sharing with you a recipe for some no-bake granola bars that I like to make. They're pretty easy. They only have a few ingredients and of course you don't have to bake them. So they're something you can make really quick and are really delicious and also pretty good for you. There's no added sugar or anything. I wanted to say I've been making this for about a year now, and I know that I originally found the recipe online and I've been looking, but I can't find the exact recipe, and I'm starting to think that I adjusted it because it's very adjustable. There's things you can add, things you can leave out, all depending on what your taste is, because you only need the measurements really to create the consistency of a granola bar because, you're not baking anything. So maybe that's what happened, but if you do happen to find that recipe, that is where I got it from. I did not make this up, and that is where the credit goes. So I just wanted to let you know that. So I'm going to show you guys how I do it, and let's go ahead and get started. For this recipe, you will need some oats, some honey, some peanut butter, some raisins or any other dried fruit or nuts you want to add, some chia seeds, and some crispy rice cereal. And you'll also need a shallow pan. You can choose whichever size you like depending on how thick you want your granola bars to be, but I like to use just this square one. I don't know what the measurements are, but I usually line it, that way I can take it out once they have hardened and cut them up into squares. First, we're going to add 1½ cups of the oats. Then we're going to add 1 cup of the crispy rice cereal. Then I add a couple of tablespoons of the chia seeds. I think like 2 or 3, however much you would like. I will do 2½. All right. So now that we have our dry ingredients, we're just going to mix them a little, just toss them together. We'll mix them better later. All right, and move these out of the way. Now we're going to work on our wet ingredients, our peanut butter and our honey. So we're going to do 1/3 of a cup of each of these. So I'm going to put it all together in this 1 cup measuring bowl. That is 1/3 of a cup of honey, and now we're going to add 1/3 of a cup of peanut butter. Now what I like to do with my wet ingredients is just pop them in the microwave for just a few seconds, so they soften up and are easier to mix. So I just pop this into the microwave for 30 seconds so it's a little bit warmer and softer and easier to mix. And I'm going to go ahead and pour it into my dry ingredients. And then mix it all together. When everything is relatively well incorporated, I like to add my raisins. I don't have an exact measurement on here, and this is something that I know I added to it. You can add whatever you want, nuts, seeds, berries, anything that you like in your granola bars. And I just like to toss them in and just give them that last stir so they're all mixed throughout. right, and everything is mixed together well, so now we're going to go ahead and put it all into our pan. And then you just take the back of your spoon and go around and push it all down so it's all really tightly packed. Our finished pan, and now we're going to go ahead and put these in the refrigerator for I think at least 4 hours or something, just as long as it takes for it to all harden together and become granola bar consistency. Put them right there, and we will check on them in a little while. Alright, the granola bars have been in the fridge for about 4.5 hours now, so I'm going to go ahead and cut them up. So the reason I use the foil is so that I can just lift it all right out of the pan, and I can open the foil up and then I can just start cutting. I like to do the same thing with brownies and other things like that. So here they are all cut up, and I'll just show you one. They stay together pretty well. They're very chewy, like most other chewy granola bars, I guess. So there you go. You can cut them into bars or squares or whatever you like, or whatever fits in your lunchbox, or just anything you want to do with it. So there you go.